LA approves unprecedented plan to take over Chinatown apartment building against owners' wishes. This is a CoinDesk story. Okay, let me say this one more time. LA approves unprecedented plan to take over a Chinatown apartment building against the owner's wishes. Okay, LA City Council voted Friday to start the process of acquiring an apartment building in Chinatown where low-income tenants have faced large rent increases. Renters and tenants advocates praised the vote, saying their years of organizing have led to a significant step towards preserving affordable rent in their building. For decades, the tenants paid rent that were capped to reflect their low income, but the 30-year agreement to keep rents low expired a few years ago, allowing the owner to raise rent to market rates. Tenants in the building say rents have since increased by as much as 300%. The city's ultimate goal is to reinstate the building's affordability covenant for another 55 years. Let me explain to you what just happened here. So this guy made a mistake. What's the mistake? The mistake is 30 years ago, he went in bed with the government. And he said, look, this is great. You guys going to bring all the people here and you're going to pay the rent for me? Yeah. So Section 8, all this up, freaking awesome. Let's do it. He signed 30 years knowing he's going to be fully decked out because they have to pay the rent to him. 30 years later, this building that he owns is now worth $57 million. And you know what the government's forcing to buy it for? $46 million. He's losing $11 million. So now somebody may say, oh, cry me a river. That's not the point. The government is forcing him to do something he does not want to do. He's being cornered and forced. By the way, if he decides to increase rent by 300%, what do tenants have the choice to do?
Move.
Leave to a different place, okay? And he can go from having 100% of the place rented down to what? 30%, 20%. He'll pay the price if he increases the rent, right? In 2007, 2008, Obamacare was being introduced. It was kind of coming out. 2009, whatever the year was, it was kind of coming out. And I used to sell health insurance in the early 2000s. The moment Obamacare came out, everybody called and said, hey, Pat, oh my gosh, let me tell you, man, we're blowing it up. I'm selling affordable care left and right. I'm just like 50 policies, 80 policies, 60 policies. Why are you not getting into Obamacare? Why are you not getting into this business? It's like selling like hotcakes. People are just coming because they have to buy. I said, I don't sell products that is, by the government because there is no complaints. There's nobody I can call to improve. They don't care about online reputation. They don't care about anything anyone says about them. What's the 1-800 customer service call for the government? It does not exist.
1-800 go fuck yourself.
Nothing. It doesn't exist. So what this guy learned is it was good for 30 years, but the government finally said, listen, this is ours now. So if this is happening in California and other people get excited about this, oh my gosh, imagine this becoming a business model for the government. So if you're in a situation that's tight and you're in real estate and you're thinking about teaming up with these guys, you may want to think twice.
Well, the reason that I think you wanted to cover this story because it essentially highlights what you stand for. You got choice or you got force. And you're all about choice, options. Hey, you don't like it, you can move, great. But when the government forces you to do something, obviously you're familiar with this, you don't like that so much.
Of course.
Yeah. And they don't improve any. I mean, it's very rare when you see the government get involved and something gets better. The quality gets better, the price gets... I mean, what happens actually? Even if the price gets better, like you talk about insurance, everyone said, oh, the costs are going to go down. And I kept saying, what about the quality of care? Does nobody care about that?
Yeah.
Is anybody looking at the other healthcare systems where your prices went down and there are lines out the door and those people are fighting like hell to get the United States to come and get their care? So every time the government gets involved, I guarantee you with that building, with any building they get involved with, you're going to see a catastrophe emerge. And you're right. Who do you complain to? When you have an owner of a building and you have a problem, you pick up the phone, you call. You have a contact. You have a person that you can... They're not going to be there for you to answer questions. Nothing.
Zero. Deal
There's
with it.
There's a no-win in that. And there's a big headache, too.
Yeah. That's the common statement when you complain to somebody that's owned by working with the government. Deal with it.
Yeah, great.
That's right.
What do they say that you get? You've got 3 options. You can only pick 2: quality, price, or time. Right? Like how long it takes to make something. So you can only pick.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.